Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan with your Hollywoke hot take. Celebrities got lots to say about Trump these days. From Breitbart, Hollywood celebrities demand Trump be removed from office following Capitol Hill clashes. Oh, don't bark at the celebrities, Little Joan. Come see them. They're very famous and they're very important. Uh, let's see what they say. Deborah Messing, who's really hates Trump. Trump must be impeached and removed from office tomorrow to protect our country so he will be barred from holding office ever again. Impeach. John Cryer, shame. Shame on every Republican senator who refused to remove Trump during impeachment. This is on you. Wow, he really goes back. Sean Astin, oh, not Samwise. The president is directing the insurrection and is poised to do untold damage over the next 2 weeks of his term. He must be impeached and removed immediately. Okay. Patton Oswalt, of course, shut down his GD Twitter feed and throw him in the MFing jail now. Okay. Rob Reiner, of course. Trump needs to be arrested for sedition, treason, and inciting violence. Rosie, of course, arrest Trump now. Hashtag 25th Amendment now. Accountability. Arrest Donald Trump. Chaz Bono. Trump needs to be removed from office immediately. He is a clear and present danger to the American government, American people, American democracy. The American president is a traitor. We have been screaming our warnings for 4 years. Take this seriously. Trump needs to go now. Yeah, 4 years you guys have been screaming this. Jeffrey, arrest Trump right. 25th Amendment, Section 4. Over to you, VP. Let's see what it says. Whenever the vice president and the majority of either principal officers of the executive departments or of other such body as Congress may, by law, provide, transmit to the president pro tempore of the Senate and Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, the VP shall immediately assume the powers and duties of acting president. Yeah, that's not what it's for, Jeffrey. It's for if he's incapacitated, which he's not. It's a poor way to use it. If you want to impeach him, impeach him. Leslie Jones, excuse me, isn't this enough for the 25th Amendment? No. Amber Tamlin, I'm not sure who she is, invoked the 25th Amendment. Tim Matheson, oh, come on, Otter. A real vice president and real cabinet members would invoke the 25th Amendment, and Mike Pence would become acting president immediately to calm the unrest caused by the soon-to-be ex-president. Randy Mayhem Singer, I don't know who that is. The President of the United States incited violence against the U.S. government in an attempt to prevent the certification of his successor's election. Impeachment will take too long. 25th Amendment removal today now. Kirk Avocado or Avicendo invoked 25th Amendment. Wendell Pierce, Jim Gaffigan. Then Trump supporters stormed the Capitol and the Republican Party still did nothing. Josh Gad, as I said it before, he cannot remain in office. Mike Birbiglia, impeach and remove, impeach and remove, impeach and remove, over and over again. Very sane. This is what Hollywood wants to do. They want to do the politics. Hey, look, I like Jim Gaffigan as a comedian. And I like some of these other actors, but I don't need them to tell me these things. It just, look, if they want to do this, fine. But ultimately, they're actors. So who cares? What does this do for your career? I don't see it. I don't see what it does for you. I mean, I guess they think they're siding with the popular kids, but I kind of think you're just alienating part of your audience, Actress Alyssa Milano outlines legislative agenda for Democrat-controlled Congress. Because, sure, why wouldn't she? Actress Alyssa Milano tweeted her 3.7 million Twitter followers to her very own legislative agenda that Democrats in Congress should pass ASAP on Wednesday, which included the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, amongst others. Okay, look, let me make this simple for you. Alyssa, run for office. Run for office. Put up or shut up. If you want this stuff done, if you think you're so good at organizing it, Stop tweeting and start running. Or just shut up. Who cares? Jimmy Kimmel mocks Americans attending the Million Moron March. The stupidity is breathtaking. Okay, Jimmy. You want to talk about a guy who should not be going down this path? It's Jimmy Kimmel. Because Jimmy is on a show that, in my view, should appeal to the most people possible. It's supposed to be a broad-based show. I don't know what he thinks he's getting out of this. You think you're getting more viewers by doing this? By being more political? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. But okay. Alec Baldwin, of course. Now, Alec Baldwin, he's kind of always been political. Plus, he does the imitation of Donald Trump. Alec Baldwin describes Trump supporters as maniacs, claims president wants them to storm Congress. I don't think he said that. Didn't say that. Didn't support that. But okay, you know, Alec, he's political. You know, the other actors, yeah, they're political, but like Alec's always been political. He's sort of always had something to say, and I think that's an important distinction. But you know, I don't know. Again, I don't know what this gets him, but and here's one I'm just so disappointed by. Sasha Baron Cohen. Facebook just banned Trump. Retweet and tell at Twitter and at Jack. Suspending Trump for a few hours for inciting a violent attack on the U.S. Capitol is not enough. Stop letting Trump use Twitter to incite violence and undermine democracy. Hashtag ban Trump, save democracy. It's just so sad. Sasha Baron Cohen is such a talented actor. And it kills me that he's out here screaming for more censorship. He just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it because his side is currently in control. You know, the wheel turns, Sasha, and you're going to be the guy who's censored. I mean, a guy who's so outrageous. You know, if you had come on the scene just, I don't know, say in the 80s, man, they would have torn you to shreds. In the 80s and 90s, Sasha wouldn't have gotten through the gate. They would have called him, you know, they would have called everything he did too far, too much. And he gets a little bit of that flack, but not like he would have gotten it then. He just doesn't understand. This is dumb. You're giving the power to Jack. You're not asking Jack. Jack's not some hippie with no power. He's a billionaire with the Twitter, okay? Twitter is massively powerful now. You're not asking him to cancel some rando. You're asking him to cancel the president of the United States. And you think that's fine because you don't like the current president. But what if he did? What if he got your wish and Bernie Sanders was the president and he was tweeting stuff about class warfare and how poor people don't have jobs or whatever? I bet you'd be pretty upset if Jack was censoring him then. And that's exactly what would happen if Bernie was anti-establishment, which he's not. He took his money and he went home. He took his L and then he took it again. He let the Democrats cheat him, and he did nothing to really, in my mind, to fight it. Because he got his money. He got his wish. He made a compromise behind the scenes, and what good did it do him? If he had stayed in the race, they would have blamed him for Hillary Clinton's loss. He probably would have run against Trump. I don't know if he would have won. I doubt it. I doubt he would have won. But you would have at least had an honest election. And Bernie is, I don't agree with his policies. He's at least an honest guy. And it would have been two populists fighting it out. It would have been glorious. If anything, it would have helped Trump push him into more populism. But as it stands, now you've ruined Bernie. You've ruined the populism in the left. You've made it unpalatable to people in the Democratic Party. They look at Bernie and go, oh, can't do that. And now you've got a party full of billionaires that you're supporting through your various political endeavors. And all these people are. You know, are they doing it because, hey, you know, these are our, you know, paymasters and we got to do what they say? No, I think they're just I think they're just caught up in the trend. And here's another thing that's, you may not consider it Hollywood, but it really is. Simon and Schuster canceled Senator Josh Hawley's book over election vote objection. And this is pure politics right here. But this is publishing. You think Hollywood's left. Oh, publishing is super left, and has been for quite a while. Just like comics, just like all the media, the left has captured all our media, and now we have to build our own media. And it's not even a right-wing media. We just have to build a media that's not left. I'm not super right-wing at all. I'm libertarian. I'm more closer to the middle, more closer to a classic liberal. But these people, man, if you don't toe the line, if you don't believe what they believe, if you don't say the right things, you're out. You don't get a book deal. They don't want it. They can hear it in your pitches. They can hear it in your whole demeanor. If you're not one of those woke idiots, you get shown the door. And just the opposite is true too. If you say all the wonderful woke things you need to say, they'll give you the moon and the stars, despite your lack of talent. And that's how we get so many lackluster books and comics and things in the world of publishing. They're just terrible because the people who got hired because their political ideology was right on point. Forget their writing. Who cares? Right? No, that's not the way it should be. And that's the way it's become over the years. They've driven people out of the business, of these businesses, all these businesses. They've driven people out of Hollywood. They've driven people out of publishing and comics. It's a culture war. It really is. I've talked about comics and what they're doing and the guys in Comicsgate. I've talked about, guys in Hollywood. It's real. I tell people all the time, but, who aren't in the biz, who have never experienced, and they go, maybe. There's no maybe about it. It's true. If you're not left wing, you're not right in the head. You're problematic. You're somebody they don't want to work with. And for the others who do manage to squeak by, they keep their head real low and they keep their politics to themselves. That was one of my worries making these videos, but I reached a point where I don't care anymore. No one paid attention to me anyway, so might as well make the videos. At least the videos are fun. At least the videos are getting attention. At least then I can promote my books, and I don't need, to be in a publishing place like Simon & Schuster. You can buy my books in Amazon. Hollywoke, another novel, is out. Sequel to Wokistan, a novel. Also, the Pineys, books 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So check them out if you'd like to support the channel. And I will see you in the next video.